Alright, first off I apologize because the video I originally planned on making didn't really turn out too well and a lot of my equipment is separated, so I can't really go back and plug it all in to show you guys. But I do have stills from the actual video, so that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing. That and screenshots. So again, I apologize for the lack of quality. Alright, well first off what you're going to need is a pair of CDJs. For example, I have the CDJ 400s. They probably work on other CD players as well. I'm not exactly sure. I do know that they also work on other CDJs like the 1000s, the 800s, and the newer versions, which also have a lot of newer cool effects as well. But alright, well you see the blue cord in the picture is the same cord that you can pretty much use for your printer as well. It's a USB. It plugs in from the back of your CDJ into your computer. You're going to need two of them to plug, one for each CDJ. After all that's set up and plugged in, you got to change the MIDI channel. Alright, here's a picture, my finger pushing the button. You just hold that down until you see that the menu. Scroll over to MIDI channel. Mine happened to be on channel 2 and 3. This one's showing channel 3. They need to be on two separate channels, otherwise it's really not going to work because the computer's going to send information to each individual channel, and if they're both channel 2, then they're both going to be controlling the same deck, and it'll just be confusing. You need to change it to PC mode. Click the USB button as opposed to the CD button, and as long as it's plugged into the back and there's no USB plugged into the drive right above in the picture, then it will recognize that you're plugged into a computer. Alright, so then after Traktor's open, which you need to open it up after they're plugged into your computer, otherwise they might not recognize it. In the settings, the output routings menu, you'll see internal and external. Internal is for the internal crossfader and the internal volumes in the high, mid, low channels. That's if you want to either click it or have like a MIDI device that takes care of all that for you. For my Mac, if you search up audio MIDI setup, I set it up to have both CDJs together. It recognizes both of them, and I just put them as two outputs. Here's a picture of it. So in the audio device under audio setup is the CDJs 0 and 4 out. Right now it's not connected, but as soon as you choose the audio device, after that you go to output routing, external, and see channel A, B, C, D. Those are all the different channels, the different decks that you can have for each song. Usually I just have two, so I just have channel A and B. And this is different for each person, but you really need to just mess around with it and test out the sounds. Put in your speakers and test, like set everything up with your mixer. Put the crossfade all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right and in the middle, and test to see which channel actually works. There should be at least 2 to 4 different ones you can choose from to switch between which side. So pretty much you're just basically telling like what CDJ is designated for what channel. So like the left CDJ is designated for the left channel, so the audio for that channel goes out the left CDJ into your mixer so that you can crossfade with that mixer instead of the internal mixer on your computer. I had to work at it a while to get this all set up, and I know it has changed a few times, just messing around with it in general. It does get pretty annoying. Another thing you can do is, for the audio setup, you can have it go out one CDJ, and then the red and the white plugs in the back of the CDJ, you split them, and you put, like, let's say, the red one in channel 1 on your mixer, and then the white one on channel 2 on your mixer. That way, it'll be mono, and it might sound weird if you're playing certain songs, so I don't necessarily recommend this. But it will generally work for the left and the right. if you just want to get a sound or just test it out or just see how things are working, or if you're really not too worried about this stuff, then yeah, that's probably an easy way to go. Most of this stuff is the same for both Macs and PCs. For Macs, I know they normally just recognize each individual CDJ as long as they're on two different channels, and you shouldn't really have a problem as far as the Traktor recognizing it. For PCs, I know at one time I had Vistas, and then I upgraded to Windows 7, and I know both of them didn't support this. It only showed up as one CDJ. I don't know if that's a bug they're going to fix in the future, but there are ways around it. In XP, it worked fine. Last time I checked, I haven't used XP in a while. The whole idea of connecting it through Windows Vistas or Windows 7 is a whole nother video that I need to do, because that's just really annoying, because you have to download other programs and download a lot of other software, well, which is all free, but it's just a really big pain because you got to open it up every time and you have to do some routing. You'll be able to tell that the MIDI devices are working by the top of Traktor. You'll see a little MIDI button and it'll glow blue when you click a button. Like if you're not touching the button, it'll just look blank. But if you're holding down the button, or if it recognizes it at all, then it'll glow blue. You can map all the buttons from the CDJ to Traktor yourself if you know what you're doing. I know it's really troublesome and annoying and confusing at times. So you can probably just normally find it online. A lot of people already have pre-made ones that you can just edit to what you like to do. I know Traktor, I think it comes with one. It's very basic, and I know like the jog wheel is a bit strange and certain things don't necessarily work. Like the play and cue button, just play and stop, like the Q button doesn't really work. I don't know. I chose not to do that. I actually spent a lot of time and made it myself. If you guys are confused about anything or you don't really understand what I'm saying, just send me a message and I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll make a new video revising this one because maybe my directions were a bit confusing. I personally like Traktor better because you don't need any actual physical devices to connect to. I know that makes things a lot easier, but you also have to pay a lot of money for that. And like other programs, Traktor recognizes iTunes, so you can have all your playlists and all your folders. So it's a lot easy to it's really easy to sort through. So you can have all your songs. You just click iTunes, and then you can just drag up the song